Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday. We're here at the Long Island Breakfast Club show at Paradise Studios in this lovely, brand new, gorgeous, fixed up studio made by Bobby Lucera. We're very happy to be here. We love our new set. We love our new wall. And we have two very handsome men here today. I'd like to introduce them to you. Is Frank Camarano. Thank you, Frank, for coming. President, Council of Chambers in Nassau County.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to have you. I
Thank you.
know a lot about you. I've heard a lot about you. I get your emails, and I know a lot of what you're involved in. I'm very happy that you came today.
Pleased to be here.
Then we have Mr. Lenny Buccellato. Did I say that right?
Yep, you did.
I'm a real Italian. I'm surrounded by Italian men today. And his company, Johnny Gold.
Yep, Johnny Gold.
And we're going to be talking about a lot of things and money services that he can actually explain to you and how it works. And I'm happy to say that I just got I'm a distributor. Because these goldbacks can be used for a lot of different things, which Lenny's going to talk about. So the first thing that we do on the show is we celebrate. So everybody gets Italian bread on my show because we believe in family and breaking bread. So there's your bread. You can bring it home and break it with someone.
Thank you, grazie.
And we usually have a little celebration and we eat. That's what the Italians do. So anyway, today is also a special day here. And it is a national day today. And the national day is Strawberries and Cream Day. So, go home, go to the bakery, and get a nice strawberry shortcake and bring it home to your wife, loved one, dog, or significant other. And that's a national day.
I feel bad
Why?
because I did not know that. See, I think
didn't
we
know that.
should know that it's.
I know. I
We
didn't
should have
know.
come more prepared.
No, you don't.
Right?
No, I don't expect
She's dropping it. God knows what else is in that pile that you're gonna pull out
Oh,
on us,
nobody
see?
knows. We have a good time here.
Yeah, well, you got booze going on, so
And
now
we
she's
got
gonna.
booze going on
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now. Here you go. I'm going to let you open the wine.
Uh-oh.
Because we celebrate
Have
here.
a little
Because
vino.
life is short. And I've been myself through many changes. And every day's a gift. And guess what? That's how everybody should treat every day. Now, there's plenty. I gave you a little because sometimes people say, don't give me a lot. It's morning. But it's really not
Thank you.
morning. And now the show is called the Long Island Dinner and Breakfast Club. Because everyone wants to know why breakfast. So
Okay.
it's both.
Cendana.
Salute.
Suggianta, salute.
Okay.
Thank you. So, did you see yesterday's Newsday? Lottery for senior apartments in Suffolk County?
No.
Okay, well, this is great for seniors in Suffolk County. If you meet the requirements, $975 to rent in Medford in a brand new facility. This is what everybody needs. Nassau, Suffolk, everybody. So I'm happy for the seniors in Suffolk County. But it's going to be a lottery, so it's
Okay.
not going to happen
Alright.
that quick.
You,
And then,
You going in the lottery?
I like Nassau.
Okay.
I like where I am. But Smartwich, my friend, he's an Italian man that makes sandwiches to die for. He's called Smartwich. He's in Syosset, and you got to go and see him and tell him Valentina sent you. He's a great guy.
Is he a member of the chamber yet?
In Syosset? I don't know.
That's a Woodbury, now Jericho chamber. We
There
can
you
talk
go.
about that
You
too,
should go
yeah.
see him.
Yeah. I'll
And tell
talk
him
to
I sent you. He's so nice. He came from Italy 3 years ago, and I tried to get him to be on my show 3 years ago.
Oh, so he's a newbie. He's
Yeah.
here. Okay, cool.
And
All
he
right.
takes care of his mother too. He's a nice guy. And it's delicious. So we got through all the food stuff. We had that. And you got your bread. And I think we have candy, but I don't know. Susan hit it today, so. But anyway, let's start with you.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't
Or do you
know.
wanna
See,
know?
I don't know you that well.
See, I don't
so-
have all this gold. You're going to hear about this gentleman, all these
Yeah.
gold-colored things.
Yeah, but we
He
want
tends
talk
to
you
give me
first.
things and then take them back. That's another story altogether.
Yeah.
He's done that a couple times already since I've been here. But
I
yeah,
want
all
to
right.
know. I mean, I know what you do, but I don't know everything
Okay,
you do.
well, okay.
So let's
So
talk.
the organization is the Nassau Council of Chambers of Commerce. Okay, people get it's long. We're the umbrella organization over like about 50 chambers in Nassau County. So we're the umbrella. My home chamber, even though I'm from, we discussed this, we're a bunch of Franklin Square people here. I'm from Franklin Square. My home chamber is East Meadow. Past president of the East Meadow Chamber there, and so I've been doing this in this capacity. I'm the president. I'm in my 5th year of doing this.
And you never left yet. That's pretty good.
Well, there's no reason to leave, you know.
No, but you're
Yeah.
happy. Some people, it's too much for them. You know?
No,
Not
I
you.
mean, look, you've heard of other organizations, I'm sure. I've been a member, you know, technically like a person isn't a member of a chamber, the business is, even if, you know, we were in the gym business, one of our business, family businesses in East Meadow. That's how I wound up in the chamber for years. But I didn't wind up, it was like 13 years before I really, like, wound up on the board, started really getting involved, you know. I had joined the Kiwanis in the interim.
I'm a Kawanian.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so, yeah, no, they're great, but it's different, you know, it's with the kids and all this, and that kind of, even though that, it all kind of, that I was a member years in the meantime, but that got me a little bit more acclimated to working with people as an organization
Yeah,
wise.
it's a little tough sometimes.
Kiwanis, people are wonderful, but it's very rigid structure. They're like crazy at
Politics.
times. Yes,
Oh.
yes, okay.
I'm a vice president,
Okay, which one?
Franklin Square.
Oh, okay.
You know, treasurer.
There you go.
She's
So
treasurer.
everybody's Franklin Square. I am from Franklin Square.
Me too.
My family's been there since
That's
1940.
a beautiful day.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
But anyway, look, I am an electrician by trade. Everyone in our organization, you know, even, you know, the board and everything included, it's all volunteer. So we take time out of our day to do what we need to do and then somehow fit in regular jobs so we can pay our bills. You know, when you get to be at our level, not that we're high, just like what we do, you know. For me, it's like I do at least 40 hours a week for the nonprofit. And then so I'm fitting, you know, balancing things out. It is
Well,
what
I
it is.
understand it. I was a
Yeah.
nonprofit, but I had to give
But
it
anyway,
up.
that's my story. Now let's hear about the gold guy.
Well, we gotta know. We need a
Yeah,
little
we're
more
done.
gossip on you.
What do you want to know?
So you have a
know?
beautiful son. How many children?
Well, I have a biological son, Frankie, and then I have Mark. My stepkids are Mark and Ivana. Ivana lives in Florida,
Ah,
and now she was in Florida, and Mark's way upstate now. You know, so they. But Frankie's. I lived in a long time in Philly. I went away to school after here, and I stayed for a long time. So I got
Ah.
married. You know, the whole thing. Everything's good.
change your life.
But he's a Philly person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the youngest of the three, and he's going to be 31.
Oh,
So,
he's a baby still. What does he do?
Yeah.
Is he in business? Or
pharmaceutical
sports?
rep. He's got the world. I'm telling
Best
you,
job in the world.
he does that. And my ex-wife Dana, she's great. She's got a job long term with Vanguard.
Very good. Financial.
Yes. So,
Well,
Philadelphia, and they, look, Florida's working out great for her. Upstate, Mark is rebuilding, and not in a bad way. It's good. He's just starting a new life upstate New York. So that's the kind of the thing.
funny
you know?
thing that you said pharmaceutical job. In my
Yeah.
book, From Fire to Freedom, in
Yeah.
what
What's the name of it again?
From Fire to Freedom.
Okay.
There's a chapter in it about
Yeah.
do you know what to be, how you have to dress to be on an interview in pharmaceutical.
In the book.
Yes, there's a whole, because I did it.
Okay, yeah.
I did pharmaceutical interviews.
Yeah.
You're a color form. You have to color form. You have to wear navy blue suits, you know, pearls, this, that, and the other thing. And then you're labeled in the room where they do the interviews, red, white, or blue. If you're old, you get a blue. If you're young, you get a white. And if you're overqualified, you get a red. And that's how they used to do this when they would have big interviews with everybody was just showing up, bringing their resumes.
You see, Frankie lucky for him, didn't have to do that. He went to Temple, and Pfizer grabbed him right out of Temple.
Which is great. But when
Yeah,
you're-
but he's not with them now. But yeah, so he just like,
But
guess
it's a
what I'm
great
going
job.
to be doing? Yes.
Great job. And anyway, when you said that, I wanted to tell you because in my book is 80 women and
Mm-hmm.
one man, and what goes on when you're over 50 and you interview,
Mm-hmm.
and how hard it is, but you change your life. So, but that's interesting. You've had a lot of change in your life too. Back and forth, college, kids.
Yeah, but we go where the wind blows us, right?
That's
Make the
true.
best of where
and
we're
every
at.
day is a gift for sure.
Yeah.
And you have a nice little audience here that you brought.
And they go, no, I didn't bring anybody.
you
He
did.
Yeah.
I brought
Yeah.
them, yeah.
So this gentleman I met, about a month and a half ago.
Yes, we did meet
And
about
we
a month and a
just
half
hit
ago.
it off.
We have
I
a
don't
mutual
know.
friend,
Yep. And his name is
Nick Nicastro,
Nick.
owning. He owns Robert Damien Jewelers in Franklin Square.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So Nick is a great patron and a great person who's been in the jewelry business for approximately 45 years. Very well known. You go in the Diamond District, they know Nick very well there. So
He's very sweet and very nice. And people can go to Nick and drop off their jewelry and buy jewelry. And he's a little cute place, right? We're Eastern Beef. What is the name?
Franklin Avenue,
Yeah.
Robert Damon Jewelers.
Yeah.
I don't know where, I don't remember, I was gone for a while. I go
you
see
know
my
where the
parents. and
Walgreens
everything.
is?
Huh?
The Walgreens on
Across the street.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in that shopping center.
Oh, okay.
A little shopping now.
And
He's been there forever.
he's part of our sponsorship today, as well as across the street is Tranquility Spa. Send your wife for a nice rub down. Beautiful place. Tell them the Breakfast Club sent you. You get treated like gold.
It's a basically it's a big ad for Franklin Square.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
This
great.
I'm
is-
okay with that.
I think
Franklin
it's
Square Day.
crazy how
They have a
Franklin
great
Square
chamber
Day
too. Santino Cerrice is the president. They're doing great stuff.
Yeah, I, know,
Yes.
I used to coach baseball with Santino.
Great guy.
When my little one was young, we were coaches. He was one of my coaches.
He like lives in the dogwood section too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you involved with the West Hempstead Chamber?
I'm involved with every chamber technically, but I am. Yeah, we're doing a, like kind of like a rebuild on West Hempstead, but
they need a rebuild.
easy.
No,
Okay.
I lived
There's
there
been
for
some
27
changes.
years.
Yeah, there's been some changes. We we got involved. They're great people.
Yes.
But we need to like on our end, on my end, I need to step it up
Yeah.
in West Hempstead.
Yeah.
I need to step there. They're like, it is what it is. It's West Hempstead is a wonderful community, and
It is.
but it's way different than
Any
Franklin
other-
Square.
Oh, for sure.
So the communities are, I'm not saying they don't blend. They blend with the schools a little
Yes.
bit, but they're gonna do fine. It's
Yeah,
just
they
that the
will.
folks got wound up in the chamber that not wasn't a good fit. There's changes going on in West Hempstead,
Yes.
and they kind of got to we got to get with them. I mean, you say it that way, but
Yeah, no, but it's true. And then I was in their chamber for a good 2 years when I wrote my first book.
So you know Marshall,
From a while ago.
Yeah.
But
past president Marshall.
do you
past
know
president,
what
nice
I
guy.
did? I helped them with the promotion of the new library many years ago.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I was involved, and this book was introduced at the library the day they opened, and Gary Melius from Mohica Castle was there, because he grew up in West Hempstead,
Wow. Okay.
and I planned that. So, yes, I know a lot of the different things, and they do need young business people.
We're gonna. I'm not gonna say we're gonna fix West Hempstead
No,
Chamber
you
because any
can't fix
fixing.
it.
We're gonna. It's like anything else. I'm gonna tell you. I'm kind of a pro at this, but you don't born that way. Like in all honesty, East Meadow is a pretty big chamber, and it has board building. This term board building.
Yes.
Right. And I was kind of built. Okay, so where I'm at today is, but you have to have a little bit of genetics, a little bit of both. I just happen to have both. Okay, but when you're running a chamber or any organization and there's no board building, sometimes it goes for a long time and everything's cool. But as
Yes.
soon as something goes awry,
Yes,
because no one gets paid, no one's getting paid.
right.
You know.
all
It's
volunteer.
true.
So there was no board building going on for the longest time in West Hempstead. That's kind of what
Yeah,
happened.
and then people
you know?
die, and then they're older, and, it's tough.
Things change.
Yeah, but anyway.
But
So you're gonna help
anyway.
bring new life to it, is what you're going to do. and-
Yeah, I
and-
wouldn't
and a
even say
rebirth,
that.
right?
I know. Look, this is not. When you brought up West Hempstead, it's a wonderful community.
Well, I lived there for 27
Okay,
years.
well, all right. So I live right next door. So it's just we got to figure out how best to do it.
Right.
But the truth be told, I myself am doing so much, and not an excuse, just an explanation. Is I could have put more time. I guess I didn't have it maybe into like more thought about it, other than just like kind of setting them up and. So we need to do that. We need to do that. Yeah.
And everybody needs to do that, even businesses. I mean, you need to reassess and figure out what
Look,
makes sense.
Just like pretty much anything in life, when you're a parent or whatever, you're not responsible for everything. If you're successful, right, it's group effort. But if things go awry, it's my fault. So
Well,
if
because you're
things
in control,
we've had,
right.
so in that case, we could have done better, and for sure, forget about the people that are there. They're fine, they're cool. And we did, so we need to step it up, and that's my responsibility, among
Yeah.
everything else.
You got a big job.
Well, But we'll,
But we're happy with everything you do, and I see everything you do, and congratulations.
thanks.
And now I'm gonna, come to my friend here,
Yep.
Lenny.
Yeah, it's great.
There you go.
I think it's awesome that you're here today, Frank, because it fits in very well with the Goldback model and what they're all about.
Was it go back or take back?
Remember, it's real money that I was handing you, so you got
How
to,
did you know?
So,
you wanna
but
hand out money.
now it's called the Johnny Gold.
Yeah, so
The
Johnny Gold.
Johnny
So
Gold.
Johnny Gold.
Okay.
That's a silverback. We'll talk about that
Yes.
also, and what that's all about. So now the Goldback organization is about a rebirth of getting back to somewhat of our constitutional basis. Our great founders started back in the day as gold and silver as our constitutional money. I'm not here to talk about the U.S. dollar and its value and what it's doing. I don't need to tell that to anybody.
Right.
But gold and silver has been around for well over 5,000 years as a tool to build financial wealth, to do bartering as a form of payment, as a way to trade, right? And the chamber is all about trade and bartering, and I like what you have, you like what I have, and we do an exchange. Or as a consumer, I go to your business, the wholesaler goes to the business comes to the consumer, and vice versa, right? That all works. So I think your organization's awesome. The Goldback organization was all about rebuilding the basis of community and touching the mom and pop environment. They also had the values that I'm talking about around constitutional money. And about 4 years ago, I would go from store to store and work with businesses, local businesses, to take a 1 ounce silver coin to do trade for product or services. So you go get a haircut, talk to that owner, and he or she decides I'm going to take silver as a form of payment. I think everybody should be aware, know what happened last year. Silver went from approximately around $30 an ounce north of $130. So the value of that product went up exponentially very quickly. And a 1 ounce gold coin hit a height of over $5,000 an ounce of a coin. So when you're doing trade for product or services, there has to be something that's divisible, makes sense to be able to do trade with a business or business to business where the money is not out of anyone's reach to be able to do that. My first customer was a bagel shop. When I walked in there, he said, well, why wouldn't you give me a 1 ounce gold coin? And I said, well, right now they're worth $5,000. You got to give me $4,900 back. Do you have that? Maybe, maybe not. Well, you got $4,900 worth of product in here, yes? Okay, you're going to give me that for the next 3 days. That doesn't make sense to do that. For he or I, right, to make that kind of trade. Now, maybe if I got 10 coins, I wanted to buy a $50,000 car, I can make that kind of relative change or exchange for a product for a form of payment. So I introduced them to the Goldbacks, and I said, this is very divisible money. As you can see here on the side, there's all kinds of Goldbacks. These started off in Utah in 2019, and then since then, that has expanded beyond Utah.
Can I have one? I want to just hold it up.
Sure, you can hold.
No, I want to hold up the box.
Oh, you want to hold the box?
Yeah, this
Sure.
so that
Just be
everyone can see
careful.
it. You made a beautiful presentation here. Okay, Bobby can kind of maybe come in close when he's doing it on the regular TV.
So people notice there's different states represented on there. And that doesn't just happen by itself. That is through the efforts of the Goldback team, working with each state to get them to recognize this as a form of tender payment. I'm going to be very careful about the words I choose because there are some legal things
Right.
I am not allowed to say by the U.S. government. In the Federal Reserve, there's an ability not to compete with the words that they use. And so payment, bartering, wealth preservation, all those terminologies are legal to use. So I want everybody to understand. You can think about it yourself, what you would call it, as you're doing an exchange with different individuals, but I can't call it that. So the Goldback team created these product by states, and they made them divisible. They come in what we call quarterbacks, halfbacks, one-backs. They have twos, and they go all the way up to 100, which means inside each one of these products, what they engineered is 24 karat gold. So there's 24 karat gold built into this product, which makes it worth some kind of form of payment. So if I was to go to Val and say, hey, I need something from you, I could pay her with this, and she'd have a form of payment in her hands. With this is a mineral, it's a real product, and like I said, it's been done for 5,000 years. It's only through the early 1900s that we changed over into a different form of payment that people are so used to doing. I don't know about everybody else, but I have a family. I want to preserve my capital. I want to build wealth preservation, and silver and gold is a way of doing that. You could do that with oil, but how many people could store oil on their property, right? I'm not a refinery. I don't have that capability, because we know the U.S. dollar is supported by the petrodollar. We came off the gold currency in the 1970s through Nixon. These are some educational pieces. You go look them up. It's all real information. And America's off the gold standard. But if you notice around the globe, in the BRIC countries, I'm not going to get into the politics, but they are all sourcing in gold and silver as a form of currency for them to pull in for their countries. That is their choice. That's what they're doing. America hasn't made that choice yet. But I will tell you, the states are making that choice. There are around 12 states right now that have signed up to help use GOLDBACKS as a way of payment and support. Believe it or not, in the not so distant future, California will be going in the form of this as well. Out of all the states, California would be, New York would be the two states I'd say that probably never do that. California is going to be onboarded, I believe, in the month of August. The dates keep shifting because the company's working through the manufacture process. It takes time and material to do this and produce them. There's a underground swelling of people who want to do one of three things. We find in the community, at least I have found by talking to individuals and businesses, there's the collector who likes the artwork that the company has designed, and if you notice, almost every single one of them are women. That is what they do. They produce them in the form of a woman. The silverback.
There's no man on the GOLDBACKS?
The only one, that, to my knowledge, that is the one in the far right corner, which is the silverback, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That's the only man that I've ever seen on their product.
It's just like your book. I'm just saying.
I didn't even know that until
Always
today.
throw one guy in there, right? Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the next iteration of the silverback is actually the goddess Hera, is what they're doing, is my understanding. That's what's coming out next. But every single one has a woman on it. There's actually a story behind each one of these GOLDBACKS. We're not going to go through that today because there's quite a bit of them that are out there. You can go look up on GOLDBACKS of New York is the Facebook page of Johnny Gold, which
I love the name,
which-
Johnny Gold.
Yep.
Just
gold,
sounds
gold,
very-
gold.
very
Who doesn't want
fun.
gold?
Very
you want
Italian.
gold? You like gold,
Johnny
right?
Gold, huh?
Very
You like gold,
Italian.
right?
You're right.
Don't let Johnny Gold come see you because you're gonna have a problem if Johnny shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep Johnny.
I don't know where Johnny is at right now.
Johnny,
but
Paulie,
I'm here today for Johnny.
Carmine, any of them, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, the company has expanded very well, methodically through the years. Last year, Arizona and Florida came online. Believe it or not, those two states are up online now. In Florida, Governor DeSantis allowed you to go and buy a house with gold and silver. Governor Abbott's allowing you to do that in Texas, I believe, in 2027. So the states are shifting in their thought process around their monetary system. And so the GOLDBACK community is growing exponentially by both individuals sourcing the product and or businesses that are accepting them. So one of my jobs as the GOLDBACK Northeast Ambassador is to go around to businesses to get them to accept GOLDBACKS as a form of payment. So this is almost like the equivalency of me signing up a store with Visa or MasterCard or Google Pay, and you're accepting this as a form of payment. There's really no real obligation to the business other than that you're saying you're accepting it and you want to do it. In the process, at every business that signs up, the company gives you the one with the man on it. This is Hades, the god Hades. One of 50,000. These are small denominations of runs that they run, so they're limited quantity, and they will give you one of these as a courtesy of signing up with the business. So for a business, it's a win-win. They can pull in gold as a form of payment. They get this product, which in the open market, when they were originally being sold at as high as 170, but if you go on eBay, they go anywhere north of $300 to $400 depending on the collector, because these are a collectible item. There are people who collect the product because they just love it. They love the artwork, they love the history behind it, what is being done. And then you have the person who wants the wealth, they want to source the wealth. And then the last piece, which the truth is what they really would like to see done and change the way people do it as a form of payment, right? Doing that trade with somebody and using it as a form of payment instead of using what you would normally use today. You like using a credit card, you're going to pay a fee with that. Think of this as there's no credit card fee. It's instant wealth. It's right in your hand, and it's not going away anytime soon. 5,000 years is proof in itself that gold is a real deal wealth builder for yourself financially, from a family, and from a business. Any questions, Frank? You're the chamber.
Yeah, I get
Val.
questions.
Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. I mean, I would assume this is good for not just the big business, the local people, because a little store that, you know, wants to save money instead of saving money, buying them and storing it away, and then people can come to his store and pay with a gold bar.
Correct. Correct.
So that's a
The
community.
value of this thing, these, whatever,
The GOLDBACK.
well, okay. Is it the weight of the gold that's in it?
Yes,
the
that is
value of
correct.
it?
So in each one of these, there's the half has half the value, half the gold as a full one does, and so on and so on.
Okay,
as we move
now,
up.
the whatever amount of gold is in there.
Correct.
right? If you were to take, like, say gold today is 1,000 an ounce. I know it's not, but just say it's 1,000 an ounce. If you took $1,000 worth of them, right, would that be an ounce?
It wouldn't be an ounce. So 1/1000th, yes. So you'd have to store enough of them to get that 1 ounce. So these are in grams that are in here.
Well, I'm just trying to.
Mathematically figure it
Well,
out.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around it. Meaning, you're taking basically gold and you're making it so thin. You're not devaluing it at all. It's just
Nope.
that you're making it thin where you don't have to buy like a $5,000 Krugerrand.
Correct.
Like, what are you going to do with that anyway?
That's
Remember
correct.
back in the day when we were young,
Yeah.
the Krugerrands,
Yeah,
right?
you,
right.
could, you could clip it.
Everybody
and
used to have
piece.
stacks of the things, right? That was
Right.
when it wasn't
Yeah.
$5,000, right?
What this does is it makes it an easier form of divisibility to be able to go into.
So you're
a trade.
basically buying, you're able to purchase and use gold
Correct.
straight up. You just make it in a way that it's snazzy looking, cool, okay. It's very nice looking things. But it's, so I see it maybe as, I mean, part of like my crew, I'm probably the least of, especially my immediate crew, to be commenting on like currency and stuff, honestly. But you're trying to get people back on the gold standard,
That's
kind of,
correct.
right? I mean, am I
The
using
states
something
are,
like that?
The states are doing it already by accepting these as a form of payment, right? So there's a reversal starting to happen in the country that's taking place, and it's really happening. If you go to the GOLDBACKS of New York, or you go to GOLDBACK the website, you can see a picture how the transformation's happening. Probably in the middle of the country to the west side of the country. There is some on the East Coast. You have New Hampshire and Florida. I mean, it's through adoption that it'll come into the East Coast, where the states here will organically do it. I know from my contacts in South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, people want it. They want the opportunity for their state to turn over. You could use it anywhere, right? But it's just not adopted yet by those state local
But
governments.
the value
The value's there.
of it is based on the weight that's in it.
That is correct.
That means, so if you buy, if one of the things, the amounts are wrong, but if one of these costs $1, okay, today, tomorrow it might, be comparably to American dollar, okay? If the value of gold goes up per ounce, that the value of that goes up?
Do you yes. So do you understand why gold is going up versus it not going up?
No, I'm an electrician. I mean,
Okay,
I
well,
kind of
so I'll
understand the
explain that.
concept.
No, I'll
Yeah,
explain that to you in the audience.
Yeah,
So-
okay, but, and you can go on and explain, I'm trying to say is there a difference between, other than the way it's designed and the less weight of gold in it, is there a difference in the value between that and just straight up gold? No, right?
No, technically no.
Well, technically no. What?
No, technically no. It's just you're just wrapping your mind around that it's in a different format.
No.
So
it's just,
it is physically gold built into it.
what I'm saying is the gold that is in there. Yeah, but you can't. There's other stuff in there too with the gold.
Yes,
So you
and it
can't,
has
like-
to be able to hold it together. So there is a polymer
Yeah,
in here
so it's not like
to keep
you-
it together. So you have some a way to keep it together to use it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know the whole manufacturing process because I haven't been to the manufacturing plant, but there's a polymer that helps keep it like a glue to keep
Yeah.
the gold there. So if you were to decide, hey, I want to melt this down, why you would want to do that? I know that you can go on YouTube, you'll see videos. There are places that have tested this to make sure the value is in here, that you're truly getting the gold out of it. And they'll actually put a little bit more gold than what's actually written on the value of here. So they want to make sure you're whole. The company is very clear on making sure that their product is 100% legit. So they go an extra step.
Right.
And what they're doing even further with that extra step is there are fraud features built into these products. So we understand that these aren't easily replicatable by anybody out there.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the U.S. government has with the $20 bill, the $100 bill. Now you go to stores. I think I was in Friendly's the other day. They won't accept anything over $20 because of the fraud that's going on with the $50 and the $100 bills again, right? So the company's very conscious about that, and they're constantly evolving the product to make sure there's features of to not defraud people. Because the minute you start defrauding people, now you're going to have questionable actions with it. So they work very, very hard on that. But I want to get back to your thing with the gold, right? It's around a change of mentality, of moving away from the American dollar that's devaluing, and that's what's causing gold to go up. You don't see it or feel it right away, but you do see and feel it when you go to the store. As you see the cost of goods going up, your inflation is taking and eating away at you. And with that, gold is pegged to the inflation mark, right? So you're going to keep staying with the inflation with the gold because the gold's going to go up and the U.S. dollar is going down. It's devaluing. The last time I checked, and I can't say this is accurate 100%, they're saying you're getting 3 cents to the dollar, right? Well, I know there's no more pennies that are being produced as of this year,
they
right?
just announced
They're
that.
getting it costs 3 cents to make every penny. So President Trump decided to eliminate that.
Yeah.
The next thing is the nickel that they're talking about. There's more nickel value in there than the nickel's worth. So that would be the next currency that's possibly that the government's going to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
And so the $100 bill is the new $10 bill, basically. Everywhere you go, I was watching a comedian the other day. Everywhere I go, everything's $100. Everywhere I go for pizza, it's $100. I go to the deli, it's $100. I go for the gas, it's $100. So that's basically what it's becoming. It's devaluing. I'm not doing that. Your chamber and your members are not doing that. They don't want that to happen. They want to survive as entities. They want to be able to do fair trade for fair value with their customer base as a business, because if they can't, they go out of business. And I'm constantly seeing stores everywhere closing down because it's getting harder and harder to make it and to survive in a way that's making it very difficult. Val and I had this conversation a month ago, right? This is making everyday life in America difficult for everybody. Now, you want to believe it's just in America, but it's not. It is a global problem that's happening around the globe. Every country is faced with the same kind of issues. And what they do is they call what this is a word, it's a real word, fiat money. And fiat money has been produced since the beginning of time. It happened with the Romans back in the Roman days of the empire. They took the gold coin and the silver coins and they shrunk the gold and silver out to the point that it became worthless. That's how partly the Roman Empire ended, right? Because they devalued and debased the currency that they were giving out as coin to support their empire. And this is not once and done, this happens consistently through time.
Yeah.
Every country is going through it. We can go back to Germany in World War II. What they did, they walked in with a wheelbarrow of cash, right? Venezuela walked in with a wheelbarrow of cash. The gold doesn't go away. It has to be mined, it has to be sourced, and this company has decided to put it into a way that's easily divisible, easily be able to move it through the economy, that people have a way, and they can store incrementally a wealth preservation into their hands. So it's a personal choice. I find some people find difficulty with it, but often not. Today I went to a business. I had 6 partners in that business. 2 of the partners weren't there. They were off doing work. 4 of the partners in there. They were already sold on the product before I even walked in the door. They understand what's going on. They're an accounting company. These are tax people. They know what's going on. They're seeing the books. They see it themselves. So for businesses to say, I don't want to do this, and there have been businesses that have said they don't want to because they just don't understand it, or they're tied into the current payment system, or they're willing to take a percentage of their money and give it to the banks for the hard-earned work that they're doing, that's a personal choice. So, but GOLDBACKS is trying to build a community, trying to get back to day-to-day basics, and getting back to a way of the gold standard, if you want to call it that way.
Yeah.
So, I'm here to help sign up businesses in the tri-state area to do that. I would encourage, if you want to sign up, you get one of these silverbacks as a courtesy from the company. You get a sticker saying you accept it as a form of payment in your store, and the obligation is you accepting it. Now, on the flip side, if you're lucky enough as a business that I'm a customer that's coming in and I give you $1,000 worth of GOLDBACKS, you got to say, okay, I have that. What do I do with it? I need still capital to run my business and change. So, Nick DeCastro is now a distributor of GOLDBACKS. He can accept them as a change amount from GOLDBACKS to cash, or cash to GOLDBACKS. And so that part of the business is growing because there are people that want to be able to have that cross-currency change out between the product, right? It's like going from US dollars to pounds to euros, and there's an exchange fee in that. And the same thing would happen with the gold to whatever form of currency you want to trade in. So there's an exchange process that has to happen. And Nick is doing that. There'll be more news coming out on that in the future, in the distant future, and how we're going to further help that transaction. There are banks in the Midwest that are up there that are doing this. They're actually doing leasing programs so you could lend against your gold. There are ATM machines in certain states where you can use them with ATMs. And so there's a whole ecosystem that's being built, and it's happening on its own naturally and organically. So your chambers can come in, sign up, and they can think about going in a different direction if they want to.
Wow, it's a lot to think about.
Did I stump you? I want more
No.
questions.
You want more questions? I don't know. I'm learning about this as you were just today.
Yeah, but I mean,
I get just as confused by Bitcoin.
Well,
and
I
that
don't
stuff.
understand Bitcoin
I
at all.
don't understand this either. I mean,
So-
yeah, it looks pretty,
So-
and it makes sense. Like, there's some kind of tangibility to it. I get it. You know, I don't know whether that's. I mean, I imagine it has to be better. I don't even know, right? I think one of the hurdles. Just speaking as a person, not even like a business person. My business is right, okay. Is just that it's so new. You know, you could say,
Scary,
well,
right?
you could say that 5 years ago, 10 years ago about Bitcoin or there's other stuff besides that, and now everybody like more comfortable with that. So who knows where this goes? I think it
So
looks very
the
interesting.
difference with Bitcoin, I have not yet found, and I've known about Bitcoin since pretty much almost its inception. I happen, in my real job, work in IT. So I know about Bitcoin, I know what it can do and what it can't do, and the pitfalls and the highs with it. And there is a lot of hype to it, but there's a lot of hype to it. And the hype is who's taking it from you as a form of payment. Very, very difficult to do that. There's a trust factor, there's nothing tangible in your hand.
But okay, all right. Here you have something that's tangible. There's a thing, right? But again, you could say almost the same thing right now, anyway. But you're working on it. Who's taking it? Right now, you're at the building stages. I get that.
Correct.
Right.
We're at the,
I
we're
mean,
at
you
the-
said you're now
we're at the
okay.
ground floor.
I don't want to take your job, but just jumping in.
No,
see
I want you
what,
to do that.
Okay, so your real job is IT. What do you do for your real job? That you would take time off of that to do the gold stuff?
Yeah, some people will take it as a business.
No, I'm
Now,
talking
I work
about-
for-
I'm
I work
talking- I'm
for a-
asking about you now.
I work for a corporation, so the
Oh.
corporation has to decide to do that. We can get into that at
Yeah.
another time,
Yeah.
but not
But
today.
he's saying, why
No,
would
why?
you do
Why
this?
are you do? Why? Yeah.
You have
thank
a
you.
job.
Oh, I'm doing
Why-
it. So
Thank you. Yeah.
why do I believe in this, and why am I doing this as an individual?
Why are you taking time out of your? This is not.
Because I believe because I believe that the way the U.S. System is made up of the form of payments that you're doing today in the dollar bills, it's fiat money, and it's going to crash. We have $39 trillion, $230 billion in debt. That's just the national debt.
Yeah,
Right?
But what?
Where's that money? Where great grandchild of yours is going to pay that off with dollars? How are they going to do that?
Say that's all true. And I'm not saying it's not.
Okay.
That doesn't answer my question. Why are
Why
you
do
taking
you-
time from your life? You have your real job to do that. Like I can, what I'm like helping people. It's I don't do it for money. You
So-
know what I'm doing. Like that's like what can I tell you? That's the
So-
way it is, right? But
so-
like this is another business you're doing.
Yeah, so it's a business.
Right.
There is a business
So
model.
why are
Johnny.
you
So
For you, this is a you thing.
For
Right.
me, I believe in the Constitution. I'm a big constitutionalist, and
Yeah.
our founders decided that gold and silver was our constitutional money. So I want to go back in that direction as an individual, never mind as a business or for any other reason. That is my personal belief.
Okay.
I believe in the Constitution. I believe all the amendments, and I am following that footprint, right? And I think this country, without getting into politics, has gone in many, many different directions. And we need to get back to its foundational principles, which is the Constitution and what we were built on. And this is a way of helping to do that. That is my true purpose of doing this, right? Now, is there a monetary gain? Yeah, there's a business model that I'm working on to get that way because, yeah, there has to be something into me financially,
Yeah,
right?
good, yeah.
I'm not doing it completely for free
I
and
mean, yeah, because
altruistically.
why would you? You know, I mean, there's
Yeah,
got to
right.
be
When I first started this,
ROI,
when I-
right?
when I first started this, it was completely 100% altruistic, right? When I first started, there was not even a business model in mind at that time. There has been something developed over the last couple of months around that.
Yeah.
So there is a value, an equitable value for me at a certain point. But I want to completely do this for constitutional purposes, get back to our founding fathers. I believe many of our politicians want that. They just haven't found a way to do it. Idaho, which was absolutely amazing. The Attorney General was the one that put the legislation in place to push it through their system. So there are leaders out there that understand this, that are going for it themselves, right? They understand what's taking place. Like I said, the accountants themselves are understanding. There are people out there who understand this. There's going to always be a population that doesn't want to change. They're not willing to change. They want to work in the way that they were trained to believe in, and that's fine. That's a personal choice. So we're giving people options. I believe in options. I believe in diversification. I believe in having people should have a little form of silver, bonds, stocks, cash, whatever securities that you think you want to own. But this is another way to do that. This is a way to have a different form of payment. If Val had tomatoes and I had apples and she wanted to trade, I would do that as well, if that was a form of trade that she wanted to do, which is getting back to the simplistic way of life, the way it used to be eons ago.
Help
But we're
each
not
other
doing
out, you know.
that though,
You
right?
give, you get, you give, you get, I guess, you know.
And I'm here to give to Val, to give her an opportunity to be a guest, so she could promote this and people could see it. She's become a customer, right, herself.
Yes. People can come here and give me a gold back.
She could take them as
You gotta
a
give
form
it
of
back
payment.
though. Can't hold on to it. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Now, what about, like, do people, let's say, they want to get one, a gold back, but
Yeah.
they don't want to put the thing in their window. They don't want to accept. They're not that big of a business. Can they just buy a gold back? And
they could buy a gold
And
back
they
and they
just-
can keep it, and just like they may keep cash in their home or silver coins.
and they could use it anywhere else.
The
Yeah.
difference is right now in New York State, there's no bank that you can go to store it as a value, right?
Right.
You'd have to take that upon yourself to do that.
Oh, like
Um,
a box
so
or
we're
something?
not, you're not going to a bank
lock
tomorrow.
it up like a jewelry in one of those
Right,
boxes?
right.
Yeah.
So
Nobody
you're
has
not
that
going there.
anymore.
Actually, GOLDBACK has a nice little
Yeah,
wallet.
which
that
I'm
they
still
desi-
waiting for my little
with-
binder.
The little wallet they designed so
It's
you
a
can
nice
carry
little
these
binder.
around.
Hint, hint.
I'm sorry?
Hint,
Yeah,
hint.
Nick and I are working on that.
Oh,
We're working
okay.
on
No,
that.
I think she wants that wallet.
Oh, no.
She wants
I
Maybe.
tried.
Maybe.
I tried last
Listen,
visit. I didn't get it
you
last
already,
visit.
he's Sicilian, right? So you know he's got like deep pockets and short arms. Okay, I think it's a saying. You know the
Yeah.
saying.
I know what
Guys.
you're talking about.
Give her the wallet. Go ahead,
And-
right now. I want to
and-
give her
Hey,
the
you want
wallet.
the wallet?
Yes, I'll
It's
take
got a,
the
it's
wallet.
But
got a
you-
string.
I'm gonna talk to my friend to get it
wallet.
back from you.
Yeah, okay.
Wait,
No, this is
there's
looking
a
at
$100
nice.
bill in there, and it's
There
not
you go.
gold. It's regular
Yeah.
currency.
Very nice.
There is
Here,
because
I already
there-
saw
there-
it. I
there-
loved it.
there
I
was-
told
there
you
was a
I
trade.
wanted it.
Now you have it. See, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I shamed him into it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not taking it back from her like I took back from Frank.
No, I know he did. This is what we think. Yeah.
I had given somebody some Frank.
Well,
Frank, gotta give it
because
back.
he wanted you to know they were worth money, but I
Oh,
get
he's
it.
like, hey Frank,
No,
here's
I,
for you.
I actually,
I'm like, great.
I actually
Look,
was
training.
talking, I was talking
Nice.
to a gentleman, and he's like, "Can I have one of those?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you want to pay for it, right?"
Yeah.
And then, and surprisingly enough, he bought one, and he's like, "I got $10. Can I buy two? Because they were $5 at the time, that size." I said, "Sure." And as I'm taking out the second one to give me, he's giving me, you know what? I'm going to take four. And so, it's a psychological change for people that have to change in the way they're looking to,
No, I get
to deal
it.
with
I
money.
get it. I'm funning with you a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
we
so
know that. We
I think
figured
it's
that
great.
out.
The bread. All right. The truth
Okay.
is, I went for the
broke the
bread,
bread.
and they regret breaking it. It's
And I have a
pretty
little
good.
more wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
hey.
was that? Like, it's not really wine. It's like champagne, right? It's got like fizz in it.
Yeah, it's good though. You don't like it? Want
I didn't
some
say
more?
that. I just made a comment.
I
Does that have
I
fizz
can't
in
say
it?
nothing to you. I don't like it. Yeah, have
I didn't
some
say
more.
that. Get a little cheap with it.
I'm
between
not,
him
I'm not,
and getting-
I'm not,
taking
I'm not
stuff
gonna say
back.
anything negative about
No.
about her vino.
Listen.
Okay.
We're a very positive group of people here. We believe in change. We believe in kindness.
Frank's got some great questions, and that's what I want. I
I'm
want
glad
the
he's
questions.
here.
All right, now business, right? Okay,
Yes.
so I'll just
Go ahead.
So you asked about like me and okay. The truth is like the NASSAU Council. I don't know how to shut this off. Oh, one of my board members, Marilyn Rich, Wantor, very great. She's great,
Want to
Marilyn.
meet her?
Yeah. Well, okay. Marilyn's great. Okay, so is we're we're chamber based, right? Everyone on my board is from chambers, myself included. But look, I mean, in the past few years, we've been able to step it up quite a bit. I mean, we're now not only supporting chambers, but businesses directly. I mean, when it comes to the chambers, just in the past 2-3 years, it started out in town of Oyster Bay. Joe
I love
Saladino.
Oyster. Oh, I love
yeah,
him.
he's great. They wanted to come out. They wanted to do a grant for chambers. Okay, so this is what they come hell or high water, which is post COVID, and it's $50,000 a chamber. So we administered that, right? And then just like last year, Jen DeSena, town of North Hempstead,
she's
right? She's
great.
wonderful.
Great.
She did the same thing with their, their chambers. So we're administering that as well. But then the county, the county's been great to us. Bruce,
Love him to
look,
death.
not
Bruce.
speaking for the council, just
Hey,
myself
Bruce.
personally. I love Bruce.
Me too.
I think it would be great just saying to have like a Long Islander as governor. That
That'd
would
be
be
aw-
nice.
Wonderful.
It'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Okay,
And he
so
happens to
we should-
dress very well. And
He
does.
dressed in Franklin Square the other day. He did one of his videos right there.
oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so it's because of he's been very supportive. We were operating on a $600,000 county grant through Bruce and the legislature. And just like in the past year, we moved to Nassau Community College. I might have mentioned it to somebody. We have half the floor of South Hall, second floor.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but the work groups, and we do that. And between his funding and support for that, and the college, Maria, president of the college, and the Nassau Community College has been great to us. It allows us. Look, the truth is, it's all moving parts. Just like I mentioned before, that if you're successful, it takes like a team effort. And I'm not going to say Bruce is part of the team. To a certain extent, Bruce is the team. I mean, what he does for us. But all these factors kicking in.
Right. It all
And
blends together.
without these, would we be doing great things anyway? Sure. But would we be at the level we're at?
No.
No way.
You get somebody
know?
like Bruce involved in something you really want to do, you're going hard.
But he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But anyways, don't want to, don't want to get myself in trouble. Not because Bruce is just that. Like
No,
me,
I mean, I
I have to
feel
work
that
with
way
everyone.
about him, yeah.
But politically wise, person wise, he's great. For us, I'll tell you right now, the county's been great for us. And, he kind of started as county executive, kind of when I started as president of the council, timing wise.
Yes.
But I was involved before that too. Things have been great.
Yeah, so
great.
But supporting, like learning more about what you're doing, would be, I want to do that.
that'd be
It
great.
wouldn't be me, okay? It would be people on my team that know more about, about the finance stuff and all. And so they can, bring it to our crew, our board, and discuss what we want to do. Just
Yeah,
like
that'd
with
be
you.
Right.
There's a clock in front of me and it's winding down, right? So, yeah, just so you know.
Making you nervous?
It's not making me nervous, but there's, even though, wave. She's back there. There's nobody behind the camera, so I keep on talking to you guys instead of I'm forgetting the camera.
Yep.
But anyways, look, I'm here because you have to mention what we're doing. It's a support for, we're right behind Cradle of Aviation Museum is right in front of us.
Yes.
Or behind us, in front of us, we're right
Yes.
here. Okay? Is to bring attention to what we're doing and it's support for business, but also for you.
Yes.
You got a thing going on. I've been on podcasts before. Like you mentioned Eric Alexander.
Yes, I
With the
love
Vision.
it.
He does them on
I haven't
Facebook all
seen
the
him in a
time.
long time, though.
I've done that like 3 or 4 times. Great that I'm on the board too, his board.
Sure, yeah.
He has big things too.
Yes,
But
his
this
things are
is
huge.
great. Look, any opportunity to reach out and meet great people too, right?
Thank you.
I'll include you in that. It's great. We can help, I'm sure there's a lot of people, let's just face it, like for me, I know a lot of people. and I get around, okay? Yes, it's mainly started with the chambers and all, but it is what it is, okay? But most people that have a lot to say, you know, in good ways, like value and all,
Yes.
they kind of don't know where to start. You know, like, well, how do we reach
true.
out? So maybe that could be,
Yeah.
right, you know?
Well,
yeah.
it's true. Like the first way people could start any kind of change is by volunteering to be on a board of something that's very near and dear to you.
Yeah, but I'm talking about you, like, meaning the podcast thing.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I wind up people asking me to be on it because when I say who I am, it's like where I come from.
Right.
Not really, it's not a me thing. You know, I
Right.
know that. I'm not, so, but most people don't have that opportunity, right?
Right,
And they might have, I'm sure a lot of people out there have a lot, you know.
More to say, right.
More to say, especially about certain things, right?
Right.
Then you could be an avenue for that.
I
Right.
think
Yeah.
the chamber should be using social media as a way to get out there to
Well,
help.
we
in
do,
space.
we do.
Yeah, they do.
We don't really do any, we don't, as of yet, do any podcasts on our own, you know. I've done the Eric thing and a couple
Right.
others too. But, you know, I think this is, you know, great what you're doing.
Well, thank you. I worked on it 6.5 years.
Yeah, I
Like I
mean,
told you, we started in a bar.
mention Greg. Talk about Greg
Greg
for a second.
Cajuce in his bar called G's Club,
Yeah.
who you flew out of an airplane with.
Yeah, well,
And how did I know
no,
that?
no, we didn't. I go with him.
Yeah.
Greg's a
I
big
mean,
guy. He's as big as the
he's
airplane.
huge.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's another one. He's a big Kiwanian.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know, and then he
I think it's how I first met him through the Kiwanis.
yeah, and then he
Yeah.
got dragged, but he tore us into the Kiwanians, and Susan is the secretary, right? Yeah, treasurer, and I am the vice president, and Jenny is the president, and she's a doll, and we became one big unit.
You talk about Franklin Square.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jenny's wonderful. Actually, we're going to meet her for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, I don't want to hijack you, but
yeah, no.
I just
but
want to
you know
mention
what?
those things
These
before
are
we
the
go.
things that
Yeah.
people need to do, especially some of the people in small business. Some of them are willing, some of them are not. Right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but you know what? The people have a right to just not want to get involved,
Do what
even
they
though.
want. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So you do the best you can. You know, you educate people when they're interested in hearing you. It's
Right.
tough. You know,
No,
he's
it
got
is.
it's an
a tough
uphill
job.
climb.
But I tell you, you did a very good presentation. I
Thank you.
understood.
I just want to mention
Yeah.
the Go Back company is allowing to do a lot of community-based
Projects.
projects where they're sponsoring in the sense that they're offering goldbacks for those community-based projects. So the Boy Scouts have been given some. They just did a contest artwork in Arizona, and the first, second, and third place winner, they won some goldbacks. So
That's
they're very
great.
big into doing that. So if you're in a PTA or you're in an organization,
Spread the word, guys.
you'd reach out to me, and I would be able to work to help out anything community-based where and when possible, obviously within reasonable means.
And they could call me because I'll be working with them.
Yeah, so contact
And you know, we
Val.
always eat here, so you got to have a cookie.
Listen, I saw the cookies. I mean,
You don't like them?
I was just afraid to take one. I thought he was going to pull it out of my hand.
No,
back.
no. Have a cookie. Have a cookie.
I'm very embarrassed. He made me embarrassed.
Not you.
Like I'm
I don't
trying to
think
take
you
his
should
gold
get
stuff
embarrassed.
from
There
him.
you go. So listen, guys, we're coming to
Yeah.
a close pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm very happy you came. I really am. I'm so glad to finally meet you, person. And I say, you know, with all of these things we're all doing, kindness never goes out of style, guys. You can choose to be shitty, you can choose to be hard-headed, selfish, but when you choose to be kind, that's a good day. And everybody, every day, should laugh, should cry, and should think. That's a big day because there's a lot of things going on in this world that you need to do that. So if you need to reach my friend here, Lenny, how do they reach you? Facebook? How do they call you?
Yeah, I mean, it was through mutual connections, and
Yes, but if they want to reach you, they go.
they can
go
reach me through Facebook, Goldbacks of New York. You can reach out to
to
Val,
me, right?
or you can go to Robert Damien Jewelers in Franklin Square and talk to Nick. Nick knows how to contact me, and they can reach out to me.
And you
that
tell
way.
them that Valentina sent you when you go
That's
there.
correct.
And
Yes.
my friend, my new friend here, that
Yeah,
I've
well.
seen everything in writing about you forever.
Yeah.
When people want to get to you, I know they know how, but maybe our audience doesn't
Okay,
know
so well, you know, we're in South Wall, Nassau Community College, 2 Davis Avenue, physically right behind Creative Aviation. But we have our website to get started. And,
There you go.
www.ncchambers.org.
how. Great.
There's a tab there when it says chambers. If you, we'll help any business, you know, joining or reaching out to your chamber is a great
Okay.
place to start. All the links are on there, but or you
Great.
can just use Google, find them. We'll
Very
help
good.
you either way we can.
Thank you, guys. And this is going to be a close of the show. Thank you for our sponsors. Thank you for the guests.
Happy Memorial.
Happy Memorial Day. Do something great for a veteran. And that's a wrap.
Bing.
Thank
okay?
you.